Hey everyone, welcome. I hope you all are doing well today. Today we are going to be looking at the 1994 Mini Mutants Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Raphael Feudal Castle playset. That is a really long name. I apologize. It's been a really long time, or it feels like it's been a really long time since we have looked at anything that is Polly Pocket-like, but not Polly Pocket. So I'm really excited to show this to you guys today. Being a young girl in the early 90s, of course, Ninja Turtles were not a huge focus of mine, but I did have two older brothers who liked Ninja Turtles, and so of course we watched the cartoon, and I did genuinely enjoy the live action movies of the early 90s. And in fact, when my two older brothers were buying plushes of Ninja Turtles, I just had to have one too. This is dated 1989, but I think I was probably more around 4 years old when I got it, so probably like 1992. This, of course, is Raphael. He was my favorite, likely just because his name started with an R like mine. And he is missing an eye. I have no idea where that went. Probably, lost it in some sort of battle. And now I have a teeny tiny Raphael as well. And this isn't as small as he gets. Just wait until you see the figures that came with this set. So this is pretty cool just on its own. It looks like a figure by itself. His legs move. He can sit up like this. So it's really cool to display. His head moves slightly when it's closed, not very much. It moves more when it's open. They did make more sets of these. I'm not entirely sure how many. It's kind of hard to figure out what all goes with what and exactly how many sets came out. I think there were maybe around 5 different sets. I'm not entirely sure. Don't trust me on that because I have no idea, but I have been keeping my eye out for a Ninja Turtles set like this for a while now, and I was really excited when I saw this one pop up with most of the accessories. Really hard to find. So obviously we are in some sort of castle. We see some cages or gels over here. These doors do swing open. Now, like I said, these are kind of hard to figure out exactly what all's supposed to come with it because it's really hard to find complete sets of these. And I've seen pictures of them in package, and I've been a little confused because I see different things, like different stickers or designs or whatever, and so I was left a little confused. In some pictures I see there's supposed to be an image on the bottom of the throne and up here, and I don't have that, so I don't know if those are just missing or if some just didn't come with those stickers. I really don't know. Pausing the video here just to quickly apologize for all of the traffic noise you're going to be hearing throughout this video. I decided to try out just using my phone's microphone instead of my earbuds microphone. It didn't go well. Needless to say, I won't be doing that again. Now back to the video. Up here we have what is supposed to be like a bell tower, I think, based on an accessory that we will look at soon. And it has this rope attached to it which you can take off, and then you can attach it down here on Raphael's neck. We see some nunchucks, and I believe that's called a sai. I would call it a dagger, but I did look up the weapons for the Ninja Turtles before doing this video, and I believe the correct word for it is sai. If it's not, or if that's not how it's pronounced, I apologize. I'm doing my best here. Down here we see a little door of sorts, and you can open the back of the shell here. It's kind of hard to open. You almost feel like you're breaking it, but you're not. That pops out, and then the door can open as well. And I think the meaning of all of this, I think you could connect all of the sets together somehow through this. I guess they would connect here so you could walk through to the other sets, I think. I also think this helps hold it up a bit because it does have a tendency to wobble a little. So I think this helps hold the set up. I don't know what that was. Don't mind that. That was like glue or something. Very stretchy. So down here on the bottom, there's not a whole lot going on with these sets. I typically don't appreciate exposed screws, but what can you do? We have these stairs here that I noticed did that. And I actually watched a video on this because I didn't understand the point of this. I still don't understand the point of this. If you pull the stairs forward, And you really have to, it's quite difficult. If you really get your fingernail in there, I don't think my fingernails are long enough actually right now. Oh, there we go. It opens up. I don't know why. Not really anything can store in there. The figures can't hide in there. Like only a couple of the teeniest, tiniest accessories can go in there. So I don't really know what the point of that is, but it happens. Over here, we have a ramp, which when it's closed, it goes like that for storing the set. It can also lay like that, flat, or it can be a ramp up to the set. Here behind Raphael's head, and you can see his head can move a lot more when it's open, we have a catapult. This would be for a boulder, which I don't have. You would put the boulder on these pegs, and then you could catapult the boulder off. So that is the set. Now for accessories. First, we get this log with these little hooks on it. This is meant for this rope, which honestly, it's kind of hard to use this rope because to use it, you have to kind of lean the playset back a bit, which is kind of awkward for playing. But if you have the playset upright, the rope is really floppy. So you have to lean the playset back, and then you kind of have to weave the rope around because there's two hooks going that way and one hook going that way. You have to weave it like that. And then ideally, you would be able to slide it down, which, I mean, it kind of works. It doesn't really go by itself. You have to push it, but still, it works. Next, we get what looks like rope because it's brown, but if you look closely, you can kind of see the chain link. I assume these are chains for the wall in the castle, because if you look here, you can see a peg. That is where that goes so that you can chain up an enemy. Next, we get this bell, which doesn't like to stay on. It falls off constantly, but that goes up here. If you turn this down, you can see this little notch here. It slides in. Okay, this is really hard to show. I don't know if I can show you, but it slides in. Oh, everything's falling out. It slides in like this. Ah! It goes like this, and then you have to twist it to get it to stay. And it really doesn't want to stay, but this is what it looks like. It kind of dangles a little bit, and it won't stay for very long. Next, we get these two flags, which when I got it, these little sticks were just by themselves, and these stickers were just kind of floating around in the set. I wasn't really sure where they were supposed to go, so I started looking online, trying to figure out where the stickers were supposed to go. And again, I kept getting conflicting images. Stickers were in different places, but when I found out that these were supposed to be like flag poles, I started thinking, well, maybe those stickers are supposed to be the flags. So that is what I did. I don't know if that was correct or not. We have a Ninja Turtles flag, yellow with a green T, and then this red, black, and white flag. I assume that's supposed to be an enemy flag. Really no idea. These are supposed to go in these little holes here in the little prison cells, the cages. So I assume one is for the enemy and one is for the Ninja Turtles. Just my best guess here, people. That's all I got, my best guess. Next, we get this little black and brown cart. I think online they called it a weapons cart. I have no idea. That's what I'm going with. It can ride down the little ramp here like that, or, you know, ride up, whatever. It can just hang out there if it wants. For characters, we get this adorable Rocksteady. And Rocksteady is, of course, a rhinoceros, or more specifically, he was once a human who had been mutated into an anthropomorphic rhinoceros. I don't know. This is not prior knowledge I had to look all of this up. His best friend is Bebop, a warthog who did not come with this set, sadly. Rocksteady here is seen wearing a green hat, a black tank top, a green utility belt, I would assume, of some sort, brown pants, and black shoes. He also has on little black armbands. He actually turns his head, which is really cool. I think the arms are supposed to move together because when you move one, the other one kind of moves, but I think it's a little broken over the years, but I do think that was, yeah, as you can see, when I move this one, that one goes down. He also bends at the waist so he can sit down. He's super cool, super small, super cute. I love him, and he was supposed to come with a gun, but I don't have the gun. Next up, we have Donatello. I don't know why these little figures are just so cute. I think because things like Polly Pocket have always been tiny in my mind, but Ninja Turtles have always been human size in my mind. So to see them in such tiny size is just absolutely adorable, and the detail on such tiny little figures is incredible. Of course, Donatello is missing his weapon, a bow staff. I don't have that, unfortunately, but he looks incredible. He does not move his head, but his arms do move, and his legs bend. Now, my favorite and the star of the show, Raphael. Look at him. He's so cute. I love him. He's adorable. And he actually has one of his sai. He should have two, but the second one is missing. And what's really cool is it's removable. I mean, that is just the tiniest little weapon I have ever seen. And it would be very easy to lose it, so I have to be very careful with that. One thing to mention is that all of the characters do have holes on their feet, as if there should be pegs somewhere for them to stand on, but there are no pegs in the playset at all. There are pegs inside the cart there, if you can see, and they can stand there, and they stay. So I guess that's the only place they're supposed to be able to stand, so you can just roll them in the cart. I don't know. It would have been nice if there were pegs in the playset for them to stand. They can't stand here. I've already tried. Those pegs are too big for the holes on their feet and too far apart. I also wanted to show you comparison of these Ninja Turtles figures next to a vintage Polly and a modern Polly. They are bigger than the vintage Polly, smaller than the modern Polly, and way more detailed. I know these are super cute, but in some ways these are cuter. Is that weird? I don't think it's weird. And just get an idea of the hole size on their feet. Obviously, sadly, the Ninja Turtles could not fit in the modern Polly playset. They couldn't stand on the pegs. Kind of disappointing. I was kind of hoping he could play with Polly. But of course, he can go in the playsets if you want him to. Here he is hanging out at the cafe, you know, not threatening at all. And as you can see, he cannot fit on the modern pegs of Polly Pocket, but they can still hang out together if they want. Maybe even Polly could pretend to be April O'Neil. I always wanted to be April O'Neil, if I'm being honest. I think it's kind of important to show how you have to take this set apart to really store it. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that. I usually take off the bell. This string here attaches to the back of this little part here. Of course, close up the back like that. I also have to take the flags out because they're too tall for these to close properly. I typically store Rocksteady back here. It's just what I do. And then I will store Raphael and Donatello inside here. Sorry guys. It's just to keep you safe, I promise. That's all this is about. Close them up, close these. I put the cart down here. I put the flags in the cart. I put the bell in the cart as well. And then I position this down, fold this down, and then kind of shove the log in there. And then everything would close. And it's kind of hard to open and close when everything is in there, but it does work, it does fit. Everything fits in there, and there you go. So there you go, guys. That was the 1994 Mini Mutants Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Raphael Feudal Castle playset. I'm really excited to have this set, and I will definitely be keeping my eye out for good deals on more of these playsets. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you are having a wonderful day, and I hope I will see you in the next video. Bye.